core workout 12, and this workout is of 8 minutes duration, and we've got 11 tough exercises of 30 seconds work with a 15 seconds rest. I'll be starting the interval timer. We get a 15 seconds preparation, and then we start the 30 seconds of work. Got Kate and Catherine with us this morning. They're going to be performing the exercises. You'll see the difficulty level, so I'll be giving advice as we go along, and these are exercises that you will need to master and progress as you go. So 15 seconds warning if you're both ready. That's just a warning buzzer. When you hear the next buzzer, we're going to start 30 seconds of flutter, oblique, reach, kicks. So we'll explain when we get started. Last few seconds. And we're off. So in this one you can see we're in what I call a coffee table position, where you've got foot on floor, hands on floor, you're trying to keep your hips up. That's difficult in itself, but what we're also trying to do is work the obliques. So we're offering left heel up and reaching across with right hand and vice versa. Into the last 10 seconds, 15 seconds of rest coming up. So keep the hips up nice and high, drive up with the heel and touch. 15 seconds rest. The next exercise for 30 seconds is the C-fold kayak. So all we're going to do is alternate between two exercises that you might have seen in a workout previous. So C-fold first, knees come in, and then kayak is a left and right rotation. So once the knees have gone back straight, you get that little turn to your left and a little turn to the right. So two exercises in one. There's the fold, and then there's the kayak. So if you've seen these before, all you do is just alternate in the two exercises, C-fold and kayak. 15 seconds rest. And the next exercise that we're going to perform is a right-sided plank. So you need to go on your right elbow, hip thrust with a twist. And we're off. So this is what you call a right-sided plank. And this is great for all running up all the way through your right obliques, as well as your core, running down into your legs also. But we're making it that little bit harder because we're firing the hips up. When they're up and we've got that clearance, you're going to rotate through. Expect you to have a little rest pause in this one. 30 seconds of this is tough. This will progress as you go. The left side plank's coming a little bit later. We don't go straight into it. The next exercise is a plank shuffle. So if you've done a plank before, you'll have extended arms. This is a low plank. On your elbows. So we always start in a good plank position. Plank position, we should have the hips up slightly and the heels should be forward. So from that position, all we're doing is just pushing the weight forward so the shoulders travel over the elbows rather than being underneath. We keep them hips up and we engage abdominals throughout. Rest coming up, there it is, 15 seconds. The next exercise is bow and arrow. Again, another difficult exercise. So we're going to just watch the movement. You've got a choice of flat feet on the floor, which is the easier option, or you can bring your feet up and put more emphasis on the abs. And all you're trying to do, it's called bow and arrow because you're reaching across, you're pointing across, pulling the elbow back, and then you're pointing back through. That's it, reach across for your obliques, pull it back, and then fire it back through. 15 seconds rest. We're now going to hit the left side plank. So we've done the right side, we're going to the left side. That's it. So hips come up, and then we rotate through. That's it. hips up high, drive them up, and then that little reach through to hit your obliques. Again, tough. As time goes on, you're going to start to get more fatigue, you're going to feel the core more. Last 10 seconds worth of rest. We're now going to go back to the start, the flutter oblique reach kicks, but we're going to put a little sit up. So rather than just doing the fire up with the kicks, watch how we push the weight up. So you drive the hips up from the floor, and then you reach across and use your obliques. This one is going to get really challenging. We're a few exercises in now, you'll start to feel your core, and I'm asking you to do a really advanced exercise by pushing off the floor into that coffee table position, drive the hips up, reach across, left to right heel and right to left heel. 15 seconds worth of rest. An old exercise that you'll have seen many times, a squat thrust, but it's a 6. So rather than one thrust in, one thrust out, we break it up into 6 positions. So you're literally wanting to make sure you divide the thrust into 6. So count the steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you hit the 6th position, you should be where you are in a standard squat thrust. All the weight forward, knees forward. Last few seconds. 15 seconds rest. And unfortunately, these exercises don't get any easier. This is the point where you're wanting longer recovery. This is a ski hop abs. Ski abs is tough, so we're going to add in a hop effect. So rather than just firing the knees forward, you can see there's a hop in. So it's a lift of the hips, a lift of the heels, and you go from the feet being in the central position, so they come across to the left, back to the centre, then back to the right. Massive need for energy on this one. You'll really struggle on your breathing, and you'll want 15 seconds rest at the end of that one. Tough one. We're going to go to planks. The last 2 are variations of plank, but we're also going to hit glutes. It's not all about the core, although we will be working the core throughout. And this one's plank glute lifters. So we're in that nice plank position, straight arms. And all I'm trying to do is keep these legs as straight as possible, fire up from the heel and squeeze. So Catherine on the left leg now is going to squeeze the left buttock cheek. Here likewise, comes up nice and high, so try and keep the legs as straight as possible. If you just bring the heel in slightly, you're going to use your hamstrings a little bit more. And one exercise left, 15 seconds rest, 30 seconds of work, very similar to that glute lifter, but we're going to do plank breach kicks. So it's a little drive forward on the knees. We've got flexion from on the knees, and then we'll kick up nice and high. So knee comes in like you're doing a climber, and then kick up, and this time you've got to have bent knee, because you want to feel the hamstrings and the glutes. So side to side, drive the knee in, kick, feel the hamstrings, and feel the glutes. We're just hanging on for the end of the workout now. We've got the last 7 seconds and we're all done. And we've completed workout 12. Count down, here we go. And finish. Excellent work. And that is the end of workout 12.